What's up, my friends? And thank you for taking time out of your busy day to listen. I'm JV, and if you're a new listener, welcome. And I truly appreciate you joining the Influence Exchange. Today, we're talking about mindset and staying positive when it counts. Because in life, it's not just about what we do, but how we think about what we face. Let's start with some research because the science behind mindset is powerful. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means facing them with resilience, focus, and self-belief. According to Harvard Health, positive psychology, the practice of optimism, gratitude, and strength-based thinking not only boosts happiness, but also enhances performance, relationships, and health. Another study I read from PMC found that prioritizing positivity intentionally focuses on positive experiences, leads to stronger emotional well-being and personal growth. Another concept, the broaden and build theory. It says when we experience positive emotions, our attention broadens, we generate more ideas, and we build lasting psychological resources. If you're listening to this podcast, also tune into the Influence Exchange YouTube channel, and I will leave links to my research so you can review yourself and be influenced. So, when you stay positive, you don't just survive challenges, you transform through them. Now, let's get real. About 6 years ago, I hit a crossroad. I wanted a change. I just didn't know what kind. Have you ever felt that way? You're driven to evolve, but you don't know where to start. Every morning, I'll say, today's the day, but life always had other plans. Work, family, kids, clients, projects. You know what I mean. Days became months, and months became years. Then, one day, everything changed. A close friend of mine passed away unexpectedly. That hit me hard. It made me realize how often I was living for tomorrow instead of today. Since I was young, I've always loved talking to people, connecting, helping others grow, but I was shy about putting myself out there. One weekend morning, I decided to change that. I opened Apple Podcasts on my iPhone, hit play on a motivational episode, and listened all day. By nightfall, something inside me shifted. That day changed my mindset. I started listening every day. The more I listened, the more I learned, the more I grew. It taught me to challenge fear, to speak up, and most importantly, to stop letting other people's opinions control my path. So if you're listening right now and you're feeling stuck, I get it. But remember, small steps create big shifts. Mindset is the foundation of influence. Positivity isn't pretending everything's perfect. It's believing you can overcome what isn't. So let me bring it closer to home. If you ever played the sport, for example, baseball, you know how much mindset plays a role. You're a bat, you swing and miss, or maybe you're in the field and drop a fly ball. If you tell yourself, I can't do this, your mind believes it. That belief shapes how you feel. But if you tell yourself, I'll do better next time, your body responds differently. You focus, you adjust, and you grow. That's the power of self talk and self influence. I'll give you one more personal one. I coached my son's youth baseball team. One game last season, we were down by a few runs, and the kids were frustrated. You could see it in their faces, shoulders slumped, heads down, energy gone. Between innings, I called them together and said, guys, remember, this isn't about the score. It's about how you respond. Every play is a chance to change the story. One of the youngest players stepped into bat, a kid who hadn't gotten a hit all season. He looked nervous, but you could tell he was thinking about what I said. He swung on the second pitch and hit a clean single right through the infield. The whole dugout went crazy, went wild. The energy shifted. That one positive moment, that change in mindset, brought the team back to life. We didn't win the game, but after it ended, the same kid ran up to me and said, Coach, I didn't think I could do it, but when you said to change the story, I just decided to swing. That moment hit me hard because that's just not baseball, that's life and influence. How many times do we stop ourselves because we assume we can't? Sometimes all we need is to believe again, to swing away. It's not about perfection, it's about progress through positive intention. I've also learned that your circle of friends directly impacts your mindset. If you're surrounded by negativity, it steeps into your thoughts and actions. But when your circle is made up of positive, driven, goal-oriented people, that energy multiplies. So, choose your environment intentionally. Your mindset reflects the company you keep. How do we build and sustain a positive mindset? Here are strategies that have worked for me. Number one, frame challenges as growth opportunities. When setback happens, ask, what can I learn here? Growth begins when frustration turns into curiosity. Number two, build your positive muscle each night. Write 3 things down you're grateful for. It sounds simple, but it rewires your brain to focus on abundance instead of lack. Number 3, surround yourself with people who believe in possibilities, not limitations. Start your mornings with something positive, a quote, music, a prayer, or reflection. Staying positive doesn't mean ignoring the negative. It means responding intentionally, not emotionally. That's how real leaders grow. Thank you for tuning into the Influence Exchange. Today, we explored how mindsets shape leadership and how positivity is the fuel that turns challenges into growth. If this episode inspired you, take one mindset shift, no matter how small, and apply it this week and let me know how it goes. Share this podcast with someone who could use a spark of motivation. Subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me on social media at The Influence Exchange. And remember, your influence grows every time you choose courage over comfort. I'm JV. Stay curious, stay consistent, and keep influencing others.